Hello everyone. I'm recording this video to help you through your capstone final project, submitting all of the materials and everything. And so I hope this video helps and makes the whole process a lot more clear. So I'm going to give you sort of an at a glance overview of all of the different things that go into your capstone final submission. And so I'm doing it this way to give you, this list, and so you have sort of an advanced organizer for all the different things that you'll want to be thinking about and making sure that you have. And some of these are really piddly, so these aren't all big projects or anything. So anyways, first of all, the capstone project, plus any supporting documents that you have with that document, with your project. Then your project write-up video. We've also called this the presentation video. So we've changed it to the project write-up video because it's more authentic to the field. But this is your presentation of your capstone project. Then I've created a class capstone slide deck in slides. And this is an overall deck. I've given everybody their own slide, one slide, and I'm asking you to use that slide to link out to different components of your final capstone submission. And there are several things that I'm asking you to put on that slide. So the components are listed for you on page 12 of this presentation. And it's not really that difficult. I'm just asking you to put it all there. So we've got a nice little wrapper for everybody's projects, and we've got everybody's projects all wrapped up into one presentation. So the next thing is I want you to create a title for your project and put it on the slide. If you could, I'd really like it if you could do a capstone project abstract, just 150 words max. Just describing your project and very, very short summary, your resume, and optional short form bio. I've made this optional. Previously I listed it as one of the components, but really the resume is fine, and you'll want to link out to your resume from your slide. Then a headshot, full color if you don't mind. List of your completed certificates, and if you'd like, you can you can link out to that, or you can put it on the slide, either or. A short statement of your career goals, and personal introduction video, which is now optional. You do not have to do that. You can if you want. I explain why in Canvas, but that is now optional. So the steps to completing your capstone submission project, I think, this is just my suggestion. So you compile all of your project milestones into one project, one form, one file. And you can have supporting documents and things like that in addition, or you can roll them all into one file, whichever. But you'll be linking out to that from your slide. Then I want you to record a project write-up video presenting your project. And in Canvas, I explain what I'm looking for there. Develop and collect all the additional components. Those are the things that are listed here. Things like, the title of your project and your resume and your headshot and stuff like that. Locate your slide in the class slide deck. Design your slide and set up your links. And then you have your final slide design, and with all the links, and your project is good to go. So where to find instructions for each component? So I have this open here. Oops, that's not it, but I have it right here. There we go. Okay, so this is Canvas, and you'll see module 6 is right here. And you've got all of these things here: compiling your final project, components, instructions and slide formatting, your slide in the slide deck, packaging your final project for submission, your project presentation / project write-up videos. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not using one word here and another word, or one title here and another title there, because I know how confusing that gets. Your personal introduction video, optional. Then we do have a peer review coming up, May 1st to May 7th. We've done this before. I'm not going to go into it right here, but we've done this before, so it shouldn't be any big deal there. And then after the peer review, we're going to have some time for project revisions, and then your capstone showcase. And notice I've said that the showcase starts on May 12th. Now, I'm planning on opening that up in the morning on May 12th, and I will keep the class open for a week after classes end, so you're able to go in and view other people's projects as they were submitted as well. So, and then over here, let me go right here. This is the class capstone slide deck, and I give you the instructions here again, and then I also list you all the components here, and I tell you straight out, design your slide to meet your needs. I've told you what I really need to see on that slide, but I really hope that you'll design it to meet your needs. So let's go back to the presentation, but here's where you find information for each component of the project, and really focus on Module 6. And here, this is a screenshot, well, it's a screenshot parsed together, where I explain to you, it's in this one right here, components, instructions, and slide formatting. I explain to you exactly what every single thing is and where it goes. So, your capstone project plus any supporting documents, here's a link to the description of what that is. It's in location. We've got the location right here, Module 6, compiling your final project. And what you're going to do is you're going to link your project on your slide in the slide deck. Project write-up presentation video, location is project presentation, project write-up video, and you're going to link to your project presentational video in your slide on the slide deck. So your slide in the class capstone slide deck. Module 6 again explains this in packaging your final, so your slide in the class slide deck, packaging your final project. That's the title of the page there. So you'll use this slide as a container for everything in the capstone, and it provides you the link to the class slide deck. I remind you that you need a title of your project, and you'll put that on your slide, and you'll use that title to link to your project. Capstone project abstract. You can either type this on your slide or link to it from the slide, either or. Your resume plus optional short bio if you want. Okay, so here's a link to this location. This was from Module 1A, Preparing for the Job Market. That's when that was discussed way back when. And you'll link to your resume from your slide. Your headshot should be visible on your slide. List of completed certificates should be visible on your slide, or you can link out. I really don't care. Short statement of your career goals. And I've linked to this location, Module 1A, Preparing for the Job Market Career Goals Statement. This should be visible on your slide. We want to be able to see that right away when we get on the slide. Your personal introduction video, again, I've made this optional. If you would like to consider doing this, instructions are on Module 6, Final Project Work Time Personal Introduction Video. And it would be linked from your slide if you decided to include this. So this is everything step by step by step. And all of this is written out for, this is literally a screenshot of the text on Module 6, page Final Project Work Time, Components, Instructions, and Slide Formatting. Okay, so I want to go over real quickly the 4 components of your project. So I'm giving you an overview of what we were calling milestones and the suggested content for each. Now, remember Each of you have your own unique project. And so I'm going to list the suggested components for each of these areas, milestones, components, whatever. And it's up to you to use your best judgment, as it has been, if this is something that you need to have for your project. Now, I've also provided feedback to some of you saying you really need to have this, this, or this. So in the areas that I have given you specific feedback saying that you need this, you need this, you need this, that's a directive saying that's really not negotiable. You need to have that. But for the most part, whether you include some of this content, like relevant stakeholders, their involvement in agenda and the analysis component, not everybody needs to have that. Everybody really does need to have needs analysis, context analysis, and a thorough description of their audience and their learners, the expected outcomes and objectives, and a discussion of their recommendations for the intervention's design and development of the intervention. And that's in milestone 1, analysis. Front-end analysis, needs analysis, either or. So this is milestone 2, the design component. Learning objectives connected to the instructional problem, the sequence of the instructional content, description of the instructional strategies, along with plans for, along with the materials and discussion about how the materials will be used, description of the assessment plan, perhaps illustration of the design plan, that sort of thing. Your development component. This is where you've developed your you've developed your materials. So any of the content that you were able to develop, any assessments that you were able to develop, and what you'll want to have here in your project write-up video is an explanation of your reasoning for the design and development of these learning activities. What they're intended to do and how they connect back to your project objectives. Then we have the implementation and evaluation components. So timeline for implementation, the evaluation, and then revisions if you're planning a second iteration. So if you may have learner onboarding processes, or you might have learner supports. You might have curriculum overview, description of expectations, assessment criteria, so on. And for the evaluation, you might have things like description and a flow chart of your program evaluation process, copies of assessment forms and surveys, timelines for collecting project evaluation data, and a copy of outcome survey or reports, or maybe a template. So those are all the things that you'll want to make sure that you compile, and that, along with any supporting documents, is your capstone project. So this goes over again the class capstone slide deck, and again, it's the container that'll hold all of the presentations. Each of you will have your own slide. Page through the deck to find your slide, and then follow the list of required and optional components and set it up to meet your needs. So the completed slide is due on or before the last day of finals, and this year that's 8 a.m. on May 12th. So here we go. Your slide deck in the class slide deck. Your slide in the class slide deck should include the following. Here's all of it. I've gone through it twice now, I think, in this video. So I'm not going to go through this word by word, but it's got your personal information, your headshot, information that tells us your area of expertise, like your certificates and your career goals, things like that. Title and abstract of your project, or just title, linking out. Should have all your links here, and you'll want to design the slide, like I said, to meet your needs. This will be what people see when I share the showcase with them. The showcase will be shared with other faculty in the program and faculty across the College of Education, as well as some of our administrators. And I have seen the projects that you're doing, and each and every one of you have amazing work to showcase here. You should be very proud of the work that you've done this semester. I know you're blowing me away with the stuff that you're doing, and it's really, really impressive. It is. It's really impressive. So own that. Own your expertise as you move into this last and final stage. You're all really, really doing well. And I wish you good luck. You're almost there. You're almost to that graduation point. So take a deep breath, and this is it. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help.